Hello everyone. Today we will see the exercise number 1.1 of chapter 1 logic of 12th standard. In this lecture we will see how exactly we can apply the fundamentals of logics which we learned in last lecture. Okay, so let's start with our question number 1 of exercise 1.1 of logic. So logic exercise number 1.1. Okay, so question number 1, which is quite easy actually, so out of which we will study what they have given us few examples and we need to find out whether they are statements, okay, or sentence. Okay, so they given us some sentences. Now we need to find out whether they are statements or not, and afterwards we need to find out if those values having this any truth value, is what is their truth value, we need to find out within those statements. If those are the given sentences are statement, then we need to find out the truth value of those statements. Okay, so first question is 5 plus 4 is equal to 13 is what sentence or not? Yes, it is a statement. So the sentence or not, it's not like that, it's actually statement or not. So 5 plus 4 is equal to 13. This is statement. Okay, why? Because every quantity and each symbol is well defined. So this is what? Well defined quantity. So as I said earlier, the declarative sentence is called as statement. So here is also some declaration is there. So what is the declaration? It says that the 4 plus 5 is equal to 13. It's not true, though we need to first of all find out it is statement or not. Yes, it is statement. So what we need to write? First point, it is statement. Okay. Now what is our next point? What they have told us to find out? They asked us actually what? Find out whether it is true or false. What is its truth value? So we need to justify. So all of you know that 4 plus 5 or 5 plus 4 is 9, is not 13. Therefore, it is false, and hence truth value is F. Understood? So that's it. That's what we need to find out within these questions. Okay. So hope you understood why I am doing this 1 and 2. There are two parts and step by step we need to find out these values. Okay. Now next step, next question, question number 2 within question number 1. X minus 3 is equal to 14. Again, x minus 3 is equal to 14. Now this is kind of jumbling question. Okay, so in initial question what we have, this is statement. Okay, now most of you thinking like this, this is also statement. If you look at the answers, the answers are different. But why it is not a statement? Most important part. I asked this question to you. Okay, why it is not a statement? It should be statement. Okay, if x is defined. So here x is not defined, therefore this is not a statement. Understood? So x should be defined over here, then only it can be statement. Here it is not a statement because x is not defined. So I am clearly writing the reason. X is not defined. Okay, therefore, okay, given x minus 3 is equal to 14 is not statement. Okay, hope everything is included within this. Okay, therefore given x minus this is not statement, and that's it. That's what we wanted, but I wanted to put that reason why it is not a statement, because this x is not defined. If the given case is like this, so let me again give you another example. If given case is like this, x minus 3 is equal to 14, for what? For x equals to 17, then it is a statement. Yes, because x is defined. Understood how exactly we are working? Understood? Yeah. And another one is the example which we can take it. So x minus 4 or minus 3 is less than 14. Okay, for which case? For which case? For x is less than 17. Hope you understood what I wanted to say here. So x is less than 17, then only this is possible case. So here x is defined and therefore this is a statement. Understood? So this kind of questions might have this tricky thing. If this part is not given, if this whole part is not given, then these two sentences are not statements. Understood? If this again, furthermore, if they given any conditions, those conditions will define those x. Therefore, that converts this only section into statements. Okay, are you getting these things? Good. Now next thing is what? Next question. Let's move to the next question. So I have cleared exactly what is the reason behind this, why it is not a statement. Hope you got it. Next statement is what? Sentence is what? Close the door. There is no declaration. Okay, so there is no declaration, there is no information which again can be justified. Therefore, closing the door is not a statement. Now next step, I will move to directly question number 4. 0 is a complex number. Again, interesting question. Question number 4. 0 is a complex number. So z is a complex number which can be represented as a plus iv. All of you know that. Now next step, this can be written as, okay, so z can be equal to 0 plus I into 0 for a equals to 0, b equals to 0. Okay, so common sense, this can be written as, so here what we can see, it is 0. Therefore, the given is well defined. So 0 is what? Complex number and it has some information and it is declarative statement, declarative sentence. Therefore, it is statement. So first point is what? It is statement. Okay. Next step. Okay. Next part. It is what? True or false? Yes, it is true. As we proved over here, it is true that 0 is what? Complex number. So therefore, it is true, and truth value is t. Okay, so t means what? Truth. So fourth question is clear. Now same way we can take next question. What is our next question? Question number 5. Please get me breakfast. Again, common sense. Here is there is no information which is confirming something and which we can justify. Okay, so it is not a declarative sentence again. Okay, most of us declarative sentence means they can say it like an affirmative. Okay, so it's not a assertive, so it is not assertive sentence, therefore it is not statement. Now next step, move to the question number 6. The congruent triangles are similar. Again, it has information of what? Regarding triangles. Now what is the justification? The congruent triangles. Okay, there are two triangles, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, don't know how many, but there are few triangles and two triangles, especially if you are considered, they are congruent. The congruency is checked within the two diagrams. So first triangle is congruent to another triangle, therefore these two are similar, and that's what the true statement. So again, question number how much? 6th. What is that? It is statement and its truth value is true. It is true. So therefore we are writing it directly true. Our next question. Our next question is what? The x square is equal to x. Again, it is again interesting case. Question number 7. X square is equal to x. Most importantly, here x is not defined, and if it is not defined, then there is no kind of, there is uncertainty of the information. Uncertainty is what is clearly indicating that simply it's not a sentence, sorry, statement. So it is not a statement, so not statement. Hope okay, you got it. Now next step, our next question. What is our next question? Our next question says like this: a quadratic equation cannot have more than two roots, which is true. And most importantly, it is again giving information having recursive what? The quadratic equation. So question number 8. Okay, hope so. It is question number 8. Yes. So it is a statement. First of all, the quadratic equation, the information regards quadratic equation, justification says that it has it has up to two roots. Okay, not more than two. So that justification says that it is true. Therefore, it is justification. It has its justification plus its information. It is declarative sentence. Hence, the given sentence is a statement. So it is statement, and its truth value is t. Okay, so it is true. Next part. Do you like mathematics? Obviously, most of the students hate mathematics, but the question is, do you like mathematics? So it is not a statement. Again, it is only a sentence. Now, next step. Question number 10th. The sun sets in west. Okay, this was the example I said earlier. The sun sets in west. So it is a statement which has some information, and plus it has what we can say, justification. If you are saying it is sets in west, then common sense. Okay, so it is sets in west. That's a true thing, which we know. All of us know that. Now, therefore, it is a true. So again, question number which 10th one. 10th one is statement plus it is true. Okay, its truth value is true. So as you can solve all the remaining, how many? There is another interesting pattern. Okay, so as you can see, these statements means what? It should have some information with it, and plus it should justify whatever that given information, whether true or false. Yes, it's okay, but we should justify using that statement. We can have some kind of validation whether it is possible or not. Okay, so that kind of logical thinking gives us that strong belief within that sentence, and it makes that sentence as a statement. Okay, hope you got this question. So this question is very easy. Now take this another question within the question number 1, the question number 13th. Okay, the question number 13 says that the x square minus 6x. Okay, as I told you earlier, okay, that's why I am directly moving to which question number 13. Okay, so in between you can solve, but question number 13 is quite questionable. How we can solve this, sir? Initially I told you regarding this question. Okay, now here is also they are giving same case, x square minus 6x. 6x minus 7 is equal to 0. Now most important pattern, when x is equal to how much? 7. Hope so. Yes, correct? 7. So this is the given case. Now as I told you earlier when I was solving this question, here the x wasn't defined and here x is defined. Now this simply makes this statement. Okay, so this simply makes this sentence as a statement. So be sure whether it is defined or not. Understood? So whenever you are solving this kind of question, so they will definitely ask you for 1-2 marks. Okay, questions. So there are multiple choice questions and there are some 2 marks questions as per the 12th standard board pattern. Okay, so recently they have changed in this 2020. They have changed this pattern, and again they have included different questions and different question patterns. So MCQs are increased. Okay, so those MCQs contain this kind of questions. So definitely this logic has very higher weightage, not very, but as compared to the other chapters it has good weightage. So due to which they will ask you this kind of questions. So be aware of these things. Now next part, what is that? The sum of the cube root of unity is 0. Alright, let's complete this. Okay, so this is what? Statement. Okay, that is for sure. Now if you put this x square over here, so what we will get? So x square is nothing but 49. 49 minus how much? 42 minus this is correct. This is true. So this is having this 0 value. If you substitute, okay, so 49 minus 42 minus 7, which is equal to 0. Common sense. And that's how this is true. Okay, its truth value is t. Hope you are getting. So what is the required thing? This is the only required part. Okay, as I am writing over here, you also need to write it like this only. Simply this is the, they are not putting any kind of they are not asking us to prove it or to show it. Okay, we need to just show it. How exactly? If you show it like this, that's enough part. So these are the MCQ type questions, so don't worry about them. Now next part, what is that? The sum of the cube roots of unity is 0. Is this correct? Sum of cube roots of unity is equal to 0. Is it correct? Correct. Yes. And this is the statement. This is what? Statement. The sum of the cube root of unity is what? 0. This is statement and it is true, as we know that. Okay, so let me erase from here. As you know, what is that? Question number how much? 14th. Okay, sum of cube root of unity. The cube root of unity is omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, these are the cube roots of unity. Okay, so we are adding them and afterwards we will get 0, which is true, and therefore this is what? Statement, and which is having value true. So that's how we can see towards these questions. Now next question, it rains heavily. Obviously nowadays we are facing summer, but they have given us this in summer that it rains heavily. So what it be? It is statement or sentence? Common sense is a not a statement. Okay, why? Because there is no information and we cannot justify it. If there is information, okay, it rains heavily. Can we justify it? No, we cannot justify it, and that's how it is not a declarative sentence. It is only simple sentence. Listen carefully. It is only simple sentence. It is not a declarative sentence. Therefore, we are saying it is not a statement. Hope you will understand. Now next step, question number 2. Let's move to the question number 2. Here what we need to do, we need to find out or write down the following compound statements symbolically. Okay, what we need to do, we need to write down those statements symbolically. Okay, so let's do it. So question number 2, we will move to question number 2. Okay, these questions are quite easy. They look easy and definitely they will not put in exam. Okay, these questions, this is just a practice purpose. Okay, these questions are only for practice purpose. Most of the students from the 12th standard of HSC board, what they are doing, they are preparing each and every aspect of the book, but they are not preparing solved examples. So I strongly recommend you to please solve the solved examples and try to solve on your own. Most important part out of that, what was that? Please solve this solved example. Okay, what will happen, sir, if you solve those problems? So out of those solved examples, most of these question papers are set. What? Yes, out of the solved examples, they are setting this question paper. Okay, now if you are preparing them, then definitely you will have a chance to see those questions in exam. Now this is a new syllabus and most of the exercises have this kind of mistakes, so they won't take those examples in exam. Okay, so there are chance of 50-50 that they will ask few examples from the solved examples and few examples from the exercise. So I strongly recommend you to grip, if you want that kind of grip on your this mathematics stuff, you need to solve the solved examples. Okay, now let's move to the question number 2. In solved example we can see those. So question number 2 says that we need to find out what, in which pattern the given sentence, okay, which pattern given statements are. Okay, so we need to write those in symbolic form. Okay, so that's it. So we need to put them in symbolic form. So first question is Nagpur is in Maharashtra and Chennai is in Tamil Nadu. So it is as simple as that. So Nagpur, where it is? In Maharashtra. So okay, so P is what? Nagpur is in Nagpur is in Maharashtra. Okay, and Q is what? Chennai is in, okay, is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Chennai is in Tamil Nadu. So we don't know whether it is true or false or anything else. Okay, so that's what they have given us, and we put it like this in terms of this, and the whole statement is like this: P and Q. Okay, you got it. So how exactly we are implying this? So the symbolic form of this statement is like this: P implies Q. Sorry, P. Sorry. Not P implies Q. P and Q. This represents P and Q. So hope you got it. Now next question: what is the triangle is equivalent or isosceles? Okay. So what is that next part? Second question: P is what within this? So triangle is equilateral. Okay, triangle is equilateral, and Q is what? Q is not only isosceles, so we need to use this triangle is isosceles. Triangle is isosceles. Okay, done. So I need to be precautious regarding this spelling time. Okay, so this triangle is isosceles. Okay, and triangle is equilateral. Again, the given combination is what? P R Q. That's it. That's what they are wanted. So this is what symbolic form. If we are considering this for this statement, the symbol P, and for the following statement, a symbol Q, and the total symbolic form of the statement is what? This. So this is what equivalence to this represents. Okay, or you can write it over there, the whole statement. But this is the required form. So the symbolic form is what? P or Q. Similarly, we can solve the next question. What is the next question? Triangle is right angle if and only if it is measure 90. Okay, so simple. The triangle is right angle. That's the first statement. And if and only if, afterward, what is it? It is, the angle is what? 90. Okay, so one angle is, it should be 90, then only that angle is called as right angle. So angle, so what is our P, what is our Q? So here our, in question number 3rd, P is what? Angle is right angle. Okay, angle is what? Right angle. Sure? Okay, correct. Angle is right angle. Okay, now next Q. Then what? It is measure of 90 degree. So what it is? So angle is measure how much? 90 degree. Now within this statement, if and only if and all those stuffs I am not writing, so directly the statement says that P double implies Q. Why? If the angle is measured 90 degree, then angle is right angle. Okay, and again we can simply convert it. If the angle is right angle, if and only if the measure is 90 degree. So in both manner it is depending. So these two terms are interdependent. So both are depending on each other. So therefore it is what? Biconditional. So this biconditional symbol should be there. It should be biconditional. Next question. Question number which? Question number 4th. The angle is neither acute nor obtuse. Okay, neither and nor. Now how to think about this? Neither and nor means what? So it is quite difficult. Okay, for you. Okay, for most of the students, it is given in neither and nor form. So we have either and or. So neither and nor represents negation. What represents? Negation. So neither and nor represent what? Negation. Therefore, just simply write it like this. Angle is neither acute. So P. So P is what? For question number 4th, P is what? The angle is acute. The angle is acute. Sure? Yes. And another statement is what? Q. Angle is obtuse. Sure, the spelling is correct? Yes, but the S should be here. Obtuse. Obtuse. So within this statement, okay. So within these statements, if you look at it, so it is converted like this. So negation of P, okay, what is that? Angle is not acute, and another one is negation of Q, says that angle is not obtuse. So common sense, it simply says that the angle is what? 90 degree or right angle. Okay, so common sense. But we are not going into that deep. What kind of angle is that? Okay, so what is our requirement? Our requirement is like this: negation of P or negation of Q. Hope you understood. Angle is neither acute nor obtuse. Understood? So in that pattern we are working. What angle that's not the part of our study within this question. Okay, what they are asking us, what is symbolic form? So symbolic form simply says this. Okay, so I am not writing the statement again. Okay, the statement is initially given in your question, so you can put it again and again, which implies that, and you can symbolically represent it. Now next question. What is our next question? Question says that if the right angle triangle angle at B, then okay, so this is again if then. So again the question number 2 simply says that, question number 5th out of question number 2 simply says that P implies Q. Okay, and question number 6 says that double implication of HEMA has win the metal if and only if. Again here double implication and so that was what? 6th, and again 7th, x is not rational number but it is a square of integer. So it has some interesting parameter. It has again the statement what? 6th one double implication P double implies Q, and 7th one is like this, negation of P, and what is given? But the square of this. So it is and parameter Q. Okay, so let's solve this 3 on your own. So I am just giving you hint regarding. So I was just giving hint regarding those problems. Now let's move to the question number 3rd. Okay, where we need to simplify, or we need to give the truth values using the statements. So what is the truth value of those compound statements we need to find out within those questions. Okay, so what is the question number third? Question number third says that 4 is odd number, or yes, 4 is odd or 1 is prime. That's what the question is. The question number third, out of which we are solving first. The 4 is odd or 1 is prime. Okay, the most important. 1 is prime. So we need to first classify what is the P and what is Q. So P is 4 is odd. Okay, so truth value of P is, so truth value of P is equivalent to what? Our false, because 4 is not an odd number. Most importantly, 4 is what? Even number. Next step, we need to again 1 is prime. Okay, so 1 is prime. So on that basis, what we can see? So 4 is prime odd. So similarly, we found the P equivalent to what? Truth value is false. So truth value of Q is equivalent to what? False. 1 is not a prime number. So prime number start from the 2. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, not 4, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, so on and so on. These are the prime numbers. Most importantly, now next step. So for given statement, so given statement is in which form? So P, so symbolic form of the statement. So form of statement P or Q, which is equivalent to what? F or F, which is equivalent to what? So what should be its final truth value, which is equivalent to false. So given statement is false. So on that basis we can simply identify. So hence truth value of given statement is false. Understood? So on that basis we need to solve these questions. Okay, so here we solve this question. Now next step, what we need to do? We need to simplify again. Next part, the 64 is a perfect square and 46 is prime number. You can simplify it again. So second question, 64 is perfect square and 46 is what? Prime number. 46 is a prime number. 46 is a prime number. Okay, so we know that P is what? For 64 is perfect square. Okay, now what is this truth value? Truth value of P is equivalent to T. Common sense, we know that 64 is what? The perfect square of 8. Okay, the perfect square. So there is no question. Now what's about the question? Q, statement Q says that 46 is prime number. Okay, so is it prime number? Obviously it is prime number. No, it's not a prime number. Good, it's not a prime number. Therefore the truth value of Q is equivalent to what? Truth value of Q is false. Now next statement, hence the symbolic form of the statement is what? The symbolic form of the statement is given like this, but what is the truth value? So truth value for this equivalency P and Q is equivalent to what? T and F. All of you know that 1 into 0 is equivalent to 0, which is false. So I am using that 0 1 kind of concept, okay, which I explained in earlier video. Now, so in this form we can see this. So this is hence truth value of given statement is false. Okay, hope these two questions are helpful to you. Now next question is what? 5 is a prime number and 7 is divides 94. Okay, so how 7 divides 94 is not a true, and 5 is prime number, that's a true thing, and it's again gives us the false. So question number 3 is similar to this. You need to just simplify this using. Now let's move to question number 4th of the question number 3rd. It is saying this: it is not true that 5 minus 3i is real number. Okay, so here we have this important question. So question number 4th says that, question number 4th is what? It is not true that, it is not true that 5 minus 3i is a real number. Okay, so all of you know that 5 minus 3i is complex number. So common sense is not a real number. So real number cannot be complex number, but complex number can be real number. This statement we use in our complex number chapter. Okay, if you aware of the complex number chapter, then it is possible to understand it. Now here what is the P? P is simply, it is true that 5 minus 3i is not a real number. Okay, and negation of P says that, okay, negation of P says that it is not true that 5 minus 3i is a real number. Okay, so therefore simply it indicates that, what is that indication? So negation of P is indicating that negation of P is what? So truth value of the above statement is what? It is true that 5 is a real number. So instead of that I would like to write it like this only. So 5 is a real number. Okay, 5 is real number. Okay, so negation of, this is what? The truth value carrying this. So truth value is equivalent to false, and here it is what? Truth value is T. So if you put it like this, so this is what? F, and again this is equivalent to T. So hence the truth value is, hence truth value of given statement is true. Okay, so hope you understood. Again, this was very crucial example which was quite related to negation. Now next step is what? We need to move further to the question number 5th. 5th says that if 3 into 5 is equal to 8, okay, most importantly, then 3 plus 5 is equal to 15. Okay, so now both statements are there. Okay, so we need to again classify them. So don't miss or don't wonder within those statements. Okay, just write them properly, so you will understand what exactly we need to form. Okay, so why it is quite complicated? The symbols are given different and values are different, so those are not true and false. That's not our question. Our question is what we need to find a truth value. So how to find the truth value step by step? First, question number 4, if 3 into 5 is equal to 8, then 3 into 5, sorry, 3 plus 5 is equal to 15. Okay, that's it. Yes, that's it. So this was the given statement, the compound statement. So what should be our p? P is given like this or equivalent to, so p is what? 3 into 5 is equal to 8. So truth value of p is equivalent to false. We know that 3 into 5 is 15. Now Q says that something very interesting. What is that? 3 plus 5 is equal to 15. Okay, so now again, truth value of Q is equivalent to false. Look at it properly. It is what? False. Again, here the given condition, or what is we can say connectives, are like biconditional or the simple conditional. Yes, simple conditional. It is not if and only if, it is if then. So for this case the statement like this, therefore P implies Q, which equivalent to F implies F. Now F implies F simply indicates what? F implies F means what? Again, forget this part, just look at over here. If you don't study, you won't get pass. Okay, you won't be pass. So simple statement, पढ़ाई नहीं की फेल हो जाओगे. So due on that basis, this implies truth value. So therefore it is, statement is true. Very interesting pattern. Look at this. If this is the case, then this should be possible. Understood? So simply the symbol does not represent anything. They represent the meaning, and that's the beauty of this topic. Okay, you can see over here. Okay, so if you do multiplication, you will get 8, and if you do addition, you will get 15. So simply it means that this is not the sign of multiplication, this is the sign of addition. Understood? The sign of multiplication we are considering, but they are considering it as an addition. If this is the addition, then common sense, this is the multiplication sign, which gives us a 15, and that's how we can understand the meaning of the symbols. Okay, and that's how we can apply this chapter, and that's how the statement is true. Hence the truth value of the given statement is, hence the truth value of given statement is true. Understood? So don't mess within this trap that this is the given case. So most importantly, what they are saying, if this is the case, then this should be the possible case. So this case is depending on this. Okay, this is not, this P is not depending on this. So as I told you initially, the statement, read it properly, apply the logic step by step, definitely you will find the answer. Okay, without wondering within what is given and what we need to do. So don't apply your own considerations. Okay, just apply the mathematics or the logic behind it. Okay, from last few lectures I am telling this. Most of the students, what they do, they simply does these things. They are considering few assumptions, okay, on their own assumptions, and they are applying those assumptions, which is quite dangerous in terms of mathematics. Mathematics won't work on our assumptions. It has its own axioms, and therefore we need to understand them and apply them. Now let's move to the question number 6. The milk is white if and only if the sky is blue. Okay, if the sky is blue, then milk is white. The first statement is true. Sky is blue, this is also true. And if and only if case, the statement is true. Therefore the answer is simple. So I am not solving the question number 6. Again you need to apply these steps step by step. You can try it. Now question number 7. The question number 7 says this: the 24 is a composite number, or 20 or 17 is a prime number. So common sense, all we know within this case 24 is a composite number, that's a true value. Okay, so it is a true. Again the next scenario says that, or the question number or the question or 17 is a prime number. So 17 is a prime number, all of you know that the 17 is a prime number, no one can divide the 17, that's how the prime number defined. Now the 17 is a prime number, so both are true, and the disjunction of the true is nothing but true. Okay, so therefore again it has the true value. So the question number 7, question number 6 has the truth value. So therefore now let's move to the question number 4. What is the question number 4? Hope you got this answer. The question number 6 has the same way you need to put the values. Okay, don't mess this pattern. This is the simplest pattern to find out the truth value. This question will be asked for only 1 marks. Okay, so all this stuff if you want to do it, otherwise leave it, but just put the truth value of the statement. Okay, so most important part. So they will ask this kind of question for 1 marks, okay, or 2 marks in MCQs. They won't require if they ask you in MCQs, you need not to write all the steps. Okay, you can directly get the answer by doing rough calculations. Okay, for that purpose this question does not require all this stuff. What is most important part when you get for the 1 mark question? So you need to apply only these steps. Okay, so so that 1 mark is assigned for what? For this whole statement. Okay, the 1 mark is assigned for this. They will see this and they will just tick it and give you 1 mark within this case if it is true. Okay, so in this question paper, okay, they will put it like this, but you need to perform this minimum these steps. Okay, minimum 2 steps you need to perform. Now let's move to the question number 4. Hope I am clear. Now let's move to the question number 4. Okay. Now question number 4 has very interesting pattern. If the statement P, Q are true statements, okay, if question number 4 says that P, Q are true, then truth value is true, and RS are false. What is that? RS are false. Then what are the possible cases? The given things are there. So I would like to write it first. The P and Q are true. So P equivalents to true, Q equivalents to true, R equivalents to false, S equivalents to false. Okay, done. Okay, so I would like to write it over here and okay. Now next step. Now we need to find out the truth value of the P. Okay, the question number first. What we need to find out the truth value of this. So truth value of P, or in bracket Q or R. Okay, so therefore we need to substitute like this: P or Q or R is equivalent to what? Is equivalent to T equivalent to what is this? Q is again T, or F. All of you know that 1 plus 0 1, so which is equivalent to what? T or T. So 1 is nothing but T. Again this equivalency represents what? So this is equivalent to again T. That's it. The truth value is T. Therefore the truth value for the given statement is equivalent to T. That's it. That's the final answer. Understood? So we need to put this statement below. Actually I put it upper side because I knew the question is what truth value contains T. So next question, let's move to the next question. So P implies Q. This is question number 1 out of question number 4. Now question number 2. What? P implies Q or R implies S. Okay, look at it carefully. P implies Q and R implies S. So what you will get? If P implies Q and R implies S. So P implies Q means what it is equivalent to? Again, T implies T or, okay, so it is or na, sign is or, yes, confirm. Now next step, F implies F. Now what is the meaning of F implies F? Okay, if you study you will pass, which is true. If you won't study, you won't get pass, so that is also true. So what is again truth value of T or T, which is true. Hope so you are getting these questions. So this is what the final answer. What is the final answer is again question number 4 is it's having the truth value. So truth value of P implies Q or R implies S is equivalent to what? T. Understood? So that's the end of this question. So that's what you need to perform. Okay, so on that basis, so what is this equivalent sign you are saying? So this equivalent sign might be introduced you in the coordinate geometry. Okay, so this whenever we are saying something is equivalent to something, okay, where we cannot use the equal sign, okay, it is equivalent, so it has same parameters, same values. Okay, if we are doing this is the possible case. At this kind of situation, we need to use this equivalent sign most importantly. Now look at the question number 3 and just try to solve it, okay, once. So question number question number 3. Sorry. Question number 3 is also easy. Okay, we will try to solve it like this. So question number 3. So Q or R versus P. Sorry, it's a P, negation of P or and S. Okay, so very interesting question. So this has some equivalency. Just check it. So what is Q is a true. What is and R is false. What is R? So negation of P is nothing but false and false. So simply what 1 into 0 0 means what? False or false. So 0 into 0 0, so means what? False. So again here I am getting this interesting pattern. So false or false, so 0 plus 0, again this will give you false. So truth value of this is nothing but false. So truth value of Q and R or negation of P and S is equivalent to F. Okay, so that's what we need to find out. So step by step, if you solve it properly, you will get the answer. Now next question. The next questions are easy. Now I would like to move directly to the question number 5. Okay, so question number 4 is for you. Now question number 5 says something like this. Question number 5. What is that? Okay, so I am not solving the question number 4. 4 is simple. Okay, so as you can see, the question number 4 done. 5. So R double implication for P implies negation of Q. Okay, very difficult. Okay, it's not difficult. You see, very easy question. Okay, just look like we have so much symbols introduced over here. Just look at them properly. So what is the negation of R? Is nothing but T. Okay, so T is F. Okay, and next step, again the negation double implies to what? P means what? True. Okay, again this implies to what? Negation of Q. Negation of Q is what? Negation of Q is false, so it's again false. Okay, you can do it by step. I am doing it directly. Okay, now next T double implies T means what? T, and T implies F means what? If you study and if you are pass, if you are studying and if you are failed, so it simply indicates that false. Okay, hope you understood. The statement is working properly. So as I told in earlier lecture, that we need to follow those fundamentals properly, then only we can solve this problem. Okay, if you are considering all the assumptions, then it's not possible. Do not assume the situation on your own. Okay, just follow the mathematics. So truth value of what? Negation of R double implies to P implies negation of Q equivalence to F. Just check the answer whether it is right or wrong. Now next question. Says something like this. Now it is lengthy. It looks lengthy, but it is simple. Okay, so I will solve out question number 6. The online tuition has one drawback. Okay, within this class, student can ask any kind of question. If they want to ask, still they feel lazy. Okay, they are kind of lazy regarding one thing. What is that? They won't ask simply. Okay, if they want to make comment and if they want to ask, there are so many problems, and that's what the drawback of the online teaching. And I'm feeling that right now because I don't have any student in front of me. Okay, initially the class was used to be full, and now no one is in front of me, and I'm teaching lonely. Okay, so I'm not teaching, actually I'm recording myself. Okay, so if you have any queries, please don't hesitate. Ask me questions directly. Okay, I will provide my number, okay, in description, and you can contact me over there. And if you have any query, just please contact me. Now, hope this will work. Now next question number 5 is done. 6th. So what is the 6th question? Question number 6 says that something like this. What is that? Question number 6. Negation of P. I love that all those truth values of those. Negation of P and Q or R, bracket completes, or here Q and R. It's very easy, just substitute the values properly and R. Okay, this looks difficult, this is actually easy. Now within 1 minute can we solve it? Yes, we can solve it. So this negation of P is F or what? Negation of this or. Okay, so this is F and F, bracket completes, or this is nothing but and T and F or T and F. So these both have FF, this have FF. Okay, so F and F or F or F. Okay, sorry, this is F. Okay, so both have this simple value. So this is again F or, and this is again F, 0 plus 0. So F and FF. So 0 plus 0 is again F. So truth value of given statement is false. Hope you are getting this question. Next. Now next question, the question number 7 out of the question number fourth. Okay, so again it has same similarity between the question number 6th and 7th. So what we need to do, we need to simply substitute the values and understand what exactly they are performing. So it is negation of P and Q. Again this is false. Next step, I am doing it directly. Hope you can understand. Hope. So Q implies P gives negation of S over R. Okay, done. Now simplify it. Simplifying it, what we will get? Now this implies that what is the values of this? This is false and true and true. Okay. Why? Because this is R is false and negation of false is true. So that's I'm directly writing. I'm not putting any kind of sign over there. And T implies T. Again, this implies T or F. Now use our logic, initial logic. So 0 into 1, 0 and T, or T implies T. T implies T means what? If you study, you will pass. Yes, it is true. Implies that. What is this? Or 0 plus, so 1 plus 0, 1. So it is true. Now this implies simply one, again interesting factor. F and T false and T. So this is also true. So this is true. So false plus this is 0 plus 1. What is that? True. Yes, of course it is true. Understood? So we are getting these values as quick as possible, and hence the question number 7 is true. And I'm not writing this final statement. The truth value of the given statement is true. That's what we need to put. Okay, now solve question number 7. We can solve question number 7 on our own. Okay, so we solved it. Now next question number 8. It simply again you can try it on your own. So I am leaving it for practice purpose. Now the question number 5th. Find the negation of the following statements. So what we need to do? We need to simply put the negation. So how to put negation within these statements? The statement is like Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh. So what is the negation of it? So Tirupati is not in Andhra Pradesh. That's it. Okay. So I am just putting how to write it. So negation of the statement is what? Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh. So look at that factor. The question number 5. So question number 5, out of which the question number first, the negation of the question number first is what? Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh. So common sense, the Tirupati is not in Andhra Pradesh. That's what you need to write. So Tirupati is not in Andhra. Spelling is correct? Yes, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so it's too late, so I'm also get fuzzy. So that's how my spellings are wrong sometimes. So the Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh. So Tirupati is not in Andhra Pradesh. That's the final answer. The answer for negation for the question number 2 out of question number 5. 3 is not a root of equation. This. So what we need to write it? We don't need to find the truth value. Okay, what we need to do, just the simple negation, whether it is that statement is true or false, it doesn't deal with it. Okay, we are not dealing with true or false or the truth value of the statement. What we are doing, we are simply putting that negation. Understood? Hope. Next step. So 3 is root of the equation. What is the equation? x square plus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. Okay, you got it? Yes, you got it. Now next question. Next question says something like this. Question number third is under root 2 is not a rational number. Okay, rational number. Okay, most of the students I remembered one thing. Okay, so whenever they wanted to find the negation of the statements, most of the smart students are doing one thing. They are finding the opposite word, okay, to this. So what is the rational? So just put there irrational. Okay, so if 3 is root of the equation, okay, dash what they are doing, they are finding the root and they are saying that dash is the root of this, so they are removing this. So don't do this kind of things. Okay, so if someone says Kisan sits in west, okay, so what is this negation? Sun does not set in west. Okay, so that's the negation of that statement. Most of the students are doing like this. Sun sets in east. Okay, so do not put the opposite words. Okay, so just simply put not, that word not, not, not. It is possible. And in case of or and nor, in those cases, so or the statement is starting from either or. Okay, so in that case neither nor. Okay, let's see whether that kind of question is given or not. It's not given over here. Okay, so the polygon ABCD is pentagon. Again we need to put this not over here within this question. So question number 4 is polygon ABCDE is not pentagon. Spelling correct. The polygon is not a pentagon. That's it. And final, the end of this exercise is what? Question number 5th. Very interesting. 7 plus 3 is, they have given it is greater than 5. So we need to just put it like this. Is less than 5. And that's the final answer for it. Otherwise, it's not be appropriate. Okay, it will give the statement false. We need to find its negation. Okay, so what is this negation? It's not greater. So just put this symbol. Now, up to this point, everything is clear to you. The introductory part is over. Now exercise is over. Now what we need to do, we need to again solve few examples, okay, from last 12 standard books, and most of the questions are repeated within this exercise. So last syllabus and this syllabus have few common questions. So please do practice of this kind of questions. Hope you understood. If you have any queries within this topic, just let me know in comment section. Okay, and if you do not subscribe our channel, please subscribe it. Okay, and hit the bell icon so you will get the notifications. Now onward, the videos will be like rocket. Okay, so all those videos are most important and seriously important, and I will definitely put some extra information. And if you like this, so let me know in comment section. Okay, so please subscribe our channel, hit the bell icon and share with your friends. Thank you.